I was wondering why, because I actually watched a YouTube video with Anthony on there. I was wondering why it was on a black couch. I did not know. But now it makes sense.
If you pay for the Patreon, we will show you the unedited footage there.
And welcome everyone to episode 135 of The Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you can hear all week long. We're your hosts, Anthony, Kenny, and Steven. Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Well,
Kenny? I see more than just Anthony and Steven.
Oh, yes. We have an esteemed guest joining us tonight.
Who is it?
I was going to say, who's going to do the introduction here? Is it going to be you, Steven, or is it going to be you, Kenny?
It's going to be Kenny.
It's going to be Kenny? No.
Oh, gosh.
We have the man from Our Cynic Culture, Jason Hill.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate the invite and glad to be here.
Absolutely. So, Jason, you were kind enough to have me on your podcast / YouTube show.
Yes, sir.
I think, is that 4 times I've been on there?
You know, I don't count those, but yes, we'll say 4.
I don't count either.
It seems like 10.
I seems like all those episodes have little asterisks next to them where they don't really count towards anything.
Is that because, I mean, you said you're not sure how many? I don't remember. I'm not sure, but I just want you to know that I'm incredibly appreciative of that. And I've always said we're going to have you on our show. And so now here you are.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And he's disappointed.
We decided to do Malort tonight.
Oh, I'm
so
glad. I'm great.
What guest?
You know, I'm a little under the weather.
Then have him
I'm gonna set that one out.
So.
He's already gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time. But no, seriously, Jason, could you tell us a little bit about your show?
Yeah, for sure.
Our Cynic Culture is not just a podcast, but you guys have a very large presence on YouTube as well.
We do. We have the YouTube channel, probably predominantly where people watch our show, and then also on all podcast platforms. We got TikTok pretty active on there, Instagram, which is our most active social media platform, a little bit of Facebook, and hardly any Twitter. But we've been doing it since 2020. I think it's the same year. Did you all start then too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys start because of the pandemic? Like, we were kind of like sitting around like, oh, we should start a bourbon podcast.
We did not. We had talked about it. So myself, Matt, and then our third co-host at the time, Jeff, we had talked about it for probably 2 years, year and a half.
Okay.
And then the timing hit with COVID. We had a lot more free time.
Right.
So let's do it. You know, Matt and Jeff had a radio show locally for quite a while, with maybe a year and a half, something like that. So,
How did I not know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. What was their show about?
honestly, I think it was called Cockblock Radio. COCBLOK. I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding.
Awesome.
Is this kind of like Tradio?
It is. Yeah.
I was wondering why, because I actually watched a YouTube video with Anthony on there. I was wondering why it was on a black couch.
Right.
I did not know. But now it makes sense.
If you pay for the Patreon, we will show you the unedited footage there.
Oh,
I
nice.
see.
So you guys also have a fake Patreon like we do?
Maybe. I just need a credit card and we're good. I'll make it happen.
Nice. So like what so the show itself, I've been on it, but for the people that are listening to us today, right here before Christmas, some of them probably never heard of it. So what do you guys do on there? Tell us what you do.
So again, Our Cynic Culture, arsenic is how we say it. So what we do on there is we review probably hard to get items, I guess is the best way to describe it. Could be bourbon, could be beer, could be other spirits, could be food items, just rare and unique items. We branched out some. I guess the craziest ones we had was like some crickets. We had some, we were eating crickets from India or some shit.
What?
Like chocolate covered?
No. Like legit dried out crickets. They were as tasty
Like
as
on a
you think
stick,
they
like
would be.
kebab?
No, just crickets. Like cicada, like the little carcasses.
Yummy.
It was not great.
Was that with alcohol or just on its own?
There's always alcohol in it. yeah, we couldn't do the show without that.
But I like that variety. I mean,
Yeah.
we pretty much stay in our lane, bourbon, rye, whiskey, whatever it might be. But you guys do branch out a lot, which is a lot of fun. I think in the sum total of all the times we've been doing the mashup, we've done beer one time or twice. Steven?
We may have done it twice.
Was it twice?
But it was just a me and you episode.
Okay. Just two guys sitting in the basement drinking some beer. There you go. But no, it's crazy, man. Well, we're happy to have you here. And
Glad to be here.
Of all times, like a couple of days before Christmas. So, which, I mean, Are either of you guys, Kenny, Steven, are either of you guys prepared for Christmas? Jason?
I'm ready.
Loaded?
I got all my stuff bought weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
You're a planned guy?
You have to.
Oh, man. I'm like...
I can't do the crowds and the traffic and all that crap.
Nope.
How about you,
You know, they have
sir?
this thing called Amazon. You can just order from.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm ready. My wife actually bought most 95% of the gifts,
Right.
so I'm good.
Same
Okay.
here.
So you guys just pawn it off on your wives and that's it?
She likes that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
She loves it, right?
yeah. Well, no, see, you gotta tell me your secrets, because what happens in my house is my wife buys all the gifts, and then I hear about it later. Like, you didn't help buy any gifts this year, and I'm like, well, I didn't mean to not buy any gifts. You're just so good at it.
Well, I'll tell you the secret.
You started it in in August.
Yeah,
How much we do?
Exactly.
The secret to it's this, just like painting. So we painted our first house, and my wife was like, "Can you help me paint?" I'm like, "Sure." I screwed it up, and then I was never asked to paint again. So you just got to do that with gifts. You buy the wrong gift, you get the wrong thing. She gets mad, and then she just takes it over.
That's it.
There you go.
That is exactly what my wife did with laundry.
Really?
Back when we very first moved in together. I had the navy blue polo came out. She washed it in hot or bleach or something. So for 28 years now, I've done my own laundry.
Oh, I thought we were going the other way. I thought you were going to say that.
So I do my laundry. She does hers and like the bedding, the towels, the general household. But I do my own laundry for 28 years now. So,
Yeah. Well, you guys sound way more prepared than I am. As we sit here, I'm still trying to figure out if there's any last minute things that I can do. So if you out there are thinking the same thing, you're in good company, because I'm the jerk that can't figure it out. So yeah, that's just my life constantly.
Nobody corrected you.
Nobody corrected me on that one. They're just like, all right, we'll just let that hang out there.
He's on his own island. So, fellas, we had an anonymous review this week.
Yes, we did. And so the good part about anonymous reviews is that we can see that there was a 5-star review left for us. But the bad part is we can't tell who left it.
We don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like Spotify. Since we have Jason here, we're going to involve you here. Jason, we're always reading our reviews live on air. I think, have you ever left us a review?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Okay, we're not putting you on the spot here. But along with the Apple, having no reviews sometimes, I know Spotify, are you able to actually see reviews that people leave for you? Because we can't quite figure that out. We're like challenged on the mashup here.
I haven't looked into it on Spotify, but I know when I've left reviews on Spotify for other podcasts,
Yep.
I don't have a spot to enter any comments.
Right.
It's star rating only.
That's all I've seen.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know you can enter an anonymous comment. So was that on Apple that you're talking about right now?
Yeah, normally we can see the count go, but we never see a review itself.
Yeah.
So we just call those anonymous.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
And so that's great to know. So now that we can also thank our all of our anonymous Spotify listeners who have given us a 5-star rating, because I think we have a perfect rating on Spotify. So there's your shout outs for the week.
They're listening to us in incognito mode.
I don't want anybody to know.
Swipe up for vanish mode.
Swipe.
See Anthony on the couch.
So if you would like a shout out, just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, whatever. Next time we record, we will give you a shout out. So boys, for this week, we have a bottle of Pride of Anderson County straight bourbon whiskey.
Oh, yeah. So we got the Pride of Anderson County bourbon. This is brought to us, presented by Rare Character. This was distilled by the Wild Turkey Distillery. The bottle date is 2023. The ABV is 59.90. Proof is 119.8. The mash bill on this is the Wild Turkey mash bill, which is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. The MSRP on this is a staggering $500. And I was able to get this bottle, not because they're a sponsor, but from our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. But man, that thing, after it came shipped and everything with tax and whatnot, I think it was at least about 550 something landed.
It's close to 6.
It's close to 600. I don't
You
remember.
said you had to buy insurance.
There's
on
the
it, too.
insurance.
Yeah.
So you got the shipping and the insurance.
So yes, before we talk about the bottle design, I may have hesitated a little bit thinking about opening this, but I will be honest with you guys. When thought we were all getting together tonight, I said this is a perfect kind of bottle for us to open and review, because we always have some good thoughts, and whatever we taste today will be completely objective about it, no matter how it got here.
So whatever you pay me, I should
Yeah, take that $20 bill.
I got you.
And put it in your back pocket.
Thank you for opening this when I'm on, because I mean, you've talked about it. I've been wanting to try it for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the bottle design there.
Like an E.H. Taylor, or what is that? More like a wine bottle?
Looks like a wine bottle
What would
to
you
me.
call it?
I think it's a wine bottle, but I'm more drawn into that label.
Yeah, the label's cool.
Did you touch that label at all?
It looks
Give
like
it
a
good-
nice countryside of Italy.
Maybe it is. You think that's what it is? Is that
No,
the
I
pride
think
of
it's Anderson County.
It's Nicholasville. Can you touch that label?
It's actually scratch and sniff.
It is. You put your finger. Oh, it's
Caramel.
nice and embossed. Do you feel that?
I feel bumps.
Feel bumps?
Yeah.
Humps and a bumps.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
Scratch and sniff
It
label.
is. No, it is.
It is?
Yeah, I got him.
You had me for a minute. I was like, is that really? But no, it's got like that nice.
It is embossed, though.
It's
That's
embossed
nice.
and it has that nice antique look to it.
Hell, it should be for $600, right?
It should be, right?
It's true.
But going through a little bit of that information there on that label, the back label, can you someone read those specs there? I want to hear about it. I
Yeah.
want to know about what it says on there.
Well, this exact one is barrel number 2604. This is bottle number 56. This is Camp Nelson Rickhouse E
Okay.
from the fourth floor.
Nice.
119.8 proof. It was distilled April 26th of 2010 and bottled October of 2023.
Okay.
April of 2010. What were you doing? Lightning round. Go.
It was almost my birthday. April 30th is my birthday. So
But what the hell were you doing in 2010? I'm trying to think. I was in graduate school, Penn State, sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Steven looks
I
incredibly
have no
confused.
idea.
No idea what you're doing in 2010? No.
what was it?
Anybody? Working.
My kids
Jason
were
said.
12 and 14, so I was coaching baseball,
There you go.
working and coaching baseball.
So spring ball 2010,
Yeah.
and meanwhile,
winning championships, boy.
and Jimmy was out there just distilling the same recipe over and over again. They were stocking some barrels out in Nicholasville, only to be consumed today. Right there, you go.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, these are pretty cool bottles, though. I mean, it's a good story behind it. I was talking to my buddy Alvezes today, so got a
Alvezes?
little inside scoop.
So how many of these do they make, Kenny? Do you know?
They have 7 barrels for this.
Okay.
So they released 3 this year, and they're going to release the other 4 next year.
Pretty cool.
This year was 2 bourbons, 1 rye. I do not know what next year, if it's just 4 bourbons or if it's a mixture of that. I didn't ask him that. But basically, on this, David Jennings, Rare Bird 101.
Mm-hmm.
Jason and I were talking earlier before we started recording. You actually follow him.
Mm-hmm.
You follow him a little bit, Anthony?
Yeah, he's a dang mayor of Wild Turkey, unofficial.
When he posted this up, I was super excited. Me and Anthony were messaging about it when I first heard
Yeah.
it.
At that time, we didn't think we had any chance of getting
No.
it, but yeah.
Also didn't know it'd be a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know if I should say this or not. That is Campari's doing. These are the most expensive barrels.
I feel like at first
been sold.
when they announced this release, I swear it was like 300.
Well, this was Campari's doing. These are
Okay.
the most expensive barrels, and they, typically if you go to Russell's Pick, you will pay for your bottles. You know, if it's a short barrel and there's only 70, 80 bottles, then you pay for 70, 80 bottles.
Oh.
Okay.
This was a little bit different scenario. But yeah, so David Jennings and Pablo, Rare Character.
Yes.
And that Rare Characters just exploded on the scene.
Yep.
Tons of stuff. But basically, that was a David Jennings, kind of like the brainchild of it. Went to Pablo, big time, restaurateur and bourbon guy and whiskey guy.
Yep.
Got with Campari, and they made it happen. But 7 barrels. The rye that they came out with this year, it is the oldest and highest proof rye they've ever done.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It was really awesome. And these bourbons, at least the 2 they released so far, so as far as a single barrel that's barrel proof, the single cask nation stuff, and then this are the only turkeys that are like that single barrel proof now. I guess the actual donut was the last ones that were the really high proof like that, the donuts. But besides that, everything else is proof down to 110 or 101.
What are these donuts that you speak of? Steven likes donuts. I like
love
donuts.
Bro, these are fire donuts. It's the only thing better than Spalding's for a donut.
There you go. No, when you mention the donuts, I think like museum quality or having tasted it maybe one time at your house.
Yeah. We've definitely done
Never
it.
tasted it, but I know the bottle.
You know the
Well,
bottle.
tonight you'll taste it, bro.
There you go. You're gonna get to taste a donut tonight. Have yourself a donut.
Yeah.
I like icing, like the pink icing with sprinkles, please.
And then
We all like pink icing.
you see the Up Rocks thing they just did?
I did not.
The Pride in Anderson County Rye just won their best whiskey of 2023.
Damn.
Wow, the whole thing? Like all whiskeys?
Yeah, of all whiskeys.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. And then
I think the rye was less cost too. Wasn't the rye like $400?
$100 less.
Usually it's more, right?
And like third
Usually-
place.
I would thought, but
So was this year the actual Eagle Rare 25? Was that right? It came out this year?
That's right. I believe you're out.
That finished third place at Up Rocks, and the Pride in Anderson County Rye finished first.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Are you getting ready to aerate over there, sir?
Off on the side, yes.
Ever since you
What is it?
ever since you showed Steven that.
Not
he
the
aerates it.
table, Anthony. Not the table.
Not the table. This is the OnlyFans again. There you go. I apologize.
You don't
but
get that for free.
There you go. That's right. But the thing that's most interesting about this is I actually kind of thought to myself when I was saying a second ago, who opens these bottles? Do they get opened? People are obviously paying a lot of money for them. I haven't seen many go on to secondary, and I don't know if that's because of how they were released, like the people who really wanted them, they got their hands on them kind of thing, and they weren't thinking about selling them or what. But I did see one review about a week ago that I did not have a chance to actually watch yet, but it was Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. They opened one of these.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that Chad and Sarah and us, the Mashup Podcast, are the only real people in the world that can open these
Figured
bottles.
the bourbon junkies would have had one. They didn't.
I don't know. Did they have one?
I didn't see it. I don't know.
No. Have you seen other reviews?
I
of this,
haven't
Kenny?
seen them review it.
Steven, reviews?
I have not.
No?
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just
I'm
haven't
sure
seen
Sean
much.
and Dan got one, I would imagine.
Okay.
'Cause they know Pablo and
Yeah.
everything, so maybe. But it was done all through the Patreon, through Rare Birds, and then the lottery
Yeah.
through Bourbon Outfitter.
Yeah, and I think that I was just one of the hooligans that got lucky on the lottery. So there you
Yep.
go. Yeah,
Yep.
which
You
is
did.
which is crazy because I don't even know. Like I don't ever win nothing. I win nothing, but this time it did. So here we go.
Thank you for cracking
Thanks
it.
for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should go for our first notes.
Let's do it.
I smell bourbon.
Chamomile, cardamom.
Chamomile. Really?
No.
No, I thought you were serious. Man, you had me going. I was like, Jason's nose
I was
is on
asleep.
fire.
The first thing I've got was marshmallow, even
Marshmallow?
early on.
It's got a sweetness to it.
Yes.
So
I get
you
sweet.
marshmallow sweetness. Now, I know I jokingly said medicinal cherry before we were recording, but I get a little bit of cherry notes. But I often get cherry notes on turkey, so it's not surprising to me.
I mean, to me, this is just more the traditional turkey. It's the
100%.
vanilla, brown sugar, caramel, kind
Right.
of just traditional.
Yeah, the brown sugar's amped up on the nose for me.
That's a sweetness. So marshmallows, brown sugars, cherries, traditional turkey. And see, as we're nosing this, I will say this. Steven and I are the turkey amateurs at the table.
True story.
What turkey have you had, sir?
101 and I guess Russell's.
Russell's, like a Russell's pick. Yeah,
Right.
I was going to say.
And I think whatever we had a couple weeks ago.
Did y'all try the 13?
We tried single rick. That's what,
Oh, okay.
so we did a 2 single rick.
Okay.
So that's the extent again with me too. Like I've tried some Master's Keep and some other stuff, but like I don't know if you guys want to wax poetically a lot, but when I think about turkey, I often think about Jason because he always has a love for turkey, and I think about Kenny because Kenny, you know, when I first met you, and I came to your house maybe third or fourth time,
He was
You
in a
guys-
turkey costume.
it was like a turkey party. It was like a mad turkey party over here. So you guys are the two guys I think of. So I'm going to yield to the experts here and say, like, what are the favorite turkey things that you know? I mean, if you had to pick a favorite thing, what would it be?
I mean, I've blinded the epic of the epics, and usually the Wild Turkey Tribute 15-year export or the 17-year export finish first or second place. 85, 88 CGF, and the 14-year MDS finished just after those for me. But those are like the cream of the crop, primo. I've had the Cuvée, and it's really
I
good.
think I've had that one.
Beyond Duplications, just, the old split label 12s, all that stuff. And just the older turkey's just a different animal than the new stuff anyway.
100%. I mean, my favorite I've had is probably the cheesy gold foil from, I don't know, somewhere in the 80s. I can't remember.
Yeah.
We went to a tailgate at UK football.
Oh,
And
man.
this is a
We're all
little
the
while
best
back.
bourbon
That
is
was,
shared.
oh, no joke. No joke.
That's
That was
awesome.
there. Yeah. Shout out to some friends there. Another Anthony.
Oh yeah, another Anthony.
Not you,
Good guy.
not you.
Good guy.
Not that guy. Not this guy. But I mean,
That Anthony
older-
can go close to schools.
the older turkey to me, I mean, it just takes me back.
The
like,
other esteemed university.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good. I like it. So the older turkey just kind of takes me back, and I've told this story on our show a few times of, growing up in Eastern Kentucky, we had a department store. It's called Rose's or Rose Brothers, and had these old ass, wooden floors, probably been there 50 years before I was born. And when you walked in there, you heard it creaking. You had that smell. It's like a little bit musty, a little bit oaky, a little bit leather.
Kind of like a rick house.
Like a rick house. Yeah. I mean, it's like a rick house in a department store, right? Nice. So that's what it takes me back to just right there. It just kind of, transports me back.
It is memories, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's memories.
That's great. I want to connect on that stuff.
And then on newer turkey stuff, man, there's just, the single ricks have been great. Some of the Russell's 13s are amazing. Some of the ones are just good, but it's wild how you can sometimes just get a Russell's pick. And that pick sometimes will beat an actual premium release. It's just a matter of just getting that lucky barrel, man.
I'll tell you what's sad to see, though, is, they have the newest Master's Keep. What's it called? Generations? Is that what you talking about the Voyage or the newest one?
So Generations is not a Wild Turkey Master's Keep, though.
Master's Keep.
No, it's just
So sad to me is seeing that in the store, and I saw it at Liquor Barn. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get that. $550 retail.
Oh yeah,
I can't pull the trigger at that.
They're actually $450 retail. Liquor Barn unfortunately pulled a total line on that.
Still though, damn, that's a lot. That's a high price tag.
Kenny, we're in good company tonight. We have our esteemed backroom manager with us.
He gets discounts, so yeah. Yeah. But nah, they did. They actually pulled a total line on that. But
even
it's still
at $450
expensive.
though, that's a lot. I mean, we've seen the prices going up on those through the years here, and actually through the months, not just the years.
Yeah. Well, what I think is good about you mentioning the Generations is that's on the heels of, so Pride of Anderson County, we mentioned in a previous episode, received a little bit of backlash. When I say a little bit, I don't really want to talk about anybody specific. We had local podcasts talking about it. We had national people talking about the price of it, saying it's not worth it. I think hopefully tonight we'll find out if it's worth it or not. But when we're having that discussion, we got to think about stuff like that. So the people that were talking bad about Wild Turkey Pride of Anderson County stuff from Rare Character, what do they think about Generations being $450 and then stores selling for $550?
Right.
And I will just tell you, do you guys see any of the chatter on that?
No.
So Lexington Bourbon Followers, going to give them a little shout out. That's a local group that we have where people just share information about bottles.
So we can mention that one though.
Yeah, it's not
a buy sell trade group.
It's not a buy sell trade group. And people had posted in there, this is at Liquor Barn if it's your jam, and there was this whole big discussion. Someone's like, "Oh, Costco had it for $450," and then a discussion ensued about whether $450 or $550 was more palatable. And I'm like, it's $100 when you get up to $450. What the hell are we talking about anymore? You know what I mean?
$450 is hard to swallow for me. So.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is, and I usually play on that side. I play devil's advocate on that because I'm just like, okay, with the Generations. Bruce, Eddie, Jimmy. It's the first bottle with all three names on it. If it had a purple top on it with the name Willet, people would easily pay $750 for it. And that's just where you got to look at it both ways.
How old was that one? Do you know the age on it? Do we know?
It's a blend of, I think, 9, 12, 14, 15, 9, 13, 14, 15.
So call it a 12 to 13-year-old Willet purple
mainly,
top.
right.
You look at that.
So if it was that, that's what I'm saying.
$700.
And that's the thing you've got. Or if it had the word William Evan Hill or Parker's on it or something like that. And that's just, you got to play devil's advocate. But Wild Turkey they still have the less expensive stuff for their long-time drinkers, for their long-time, followers. They still have the less expensive stuff. Everything in general has gone up. Four Roses is now $99 plus tax at the distillery. So, yes, Russell's is up now $89, $90 plus tax. But Russell's Picks, but they still have modestly priced product. You don't have to buy their high end stuff. But if you want first bottle ever with Bruce, Jimmy, and Eddie, all three on it.
It's very cool. I'd love to have one, but go back to what you said. I mean, I've had picks that are just
some picks are fire,
and even secondary on those, you're probably going to get under the cost of that one. You know what I mean?
I've had some picks that are a lot better than even like Russell's 13. To be honest with you, sometimes
for sure.
Speaking of that, we talked about in the previous episode bluegrass berries and BBT. Did you see someone?
Oh, I did.
Someone's trying to sell blugrass berries for $750 the other day, and a local group, and everyone was like, "What? I'll offer you $350. I'll offer you $450."
That's what I offered was $350 for it. I did offer $350.
Oh, you offered too? Okay.
And then somebody else offered $400. Yeah. It's not $750 by any means, not even remotely close. But it's still, even at $350, most I really want to pay is $250, but offer $350 because I mean it's still great though. It's a really good bottle.
Well, in this glass, the more I'm nosing it, the more I'm liking it. And I don't know, you picking up anything more? I'm picking up a lot more. The deeper caramel burnt sugar.
And what was the proof again on this one?
Almost
119.8.
119.8. So
It noses well for that.
yeah, absolutely. Very little ethanol.
Oh,
to tell you the truth.
so Bruce had a huge hand in selecting these barrels for David and Pablo.
Brucey.
Yes,
Yeah,
huge hand.
Brucey.
Bruce Banner.
No, it's Jimmy, Eddie, and Brucey.
I want to say something so bad. I'm using my filter right now.
I'm trying not to cuss. I apologize.
I'm using my filter.
I've
I'm
dropped
using
a
my
few
filter.
here. Dropped a few.
Oh, man, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, should we go for our first taste?
Let's do it.
I can't wait.
First sip, I get $550 is what I taste.
You taste
That's what
$550.
I taste.
Tastes like money. So I'm going to tell you guys that I get a very strange note on this, and a good strange note. I'm getting like honey black tea,
I get honey.
and I don't remember the last time I had a honey black tea combo bourbon type of thing.
You've never had black tea
No. Well, I've never had black tea.
on notes.
Oh, I don't think I have. Have I ever said
That's a
that?
new one.
No, it's a new one for me anyway. I mean, I know I've tasted it before, but I'm definitely getting a black tea honey on this, and it's sweet. It's nice.
I have some older Russell's picks from like 2015
Yep.
that have black tea. People are just like, oh, it's black tea.
Really?
Yeah, several of the older Russell's picks.
Well, I want to hear what y'all are tasting because I don't want to just be. That's one thing I'm picking up.
Keep going.
Wow. I might.
You're on fire.
Come on, really dig deep. Really touch the turkey.
I mean, it's the honey,
Jimmy?
The honey for me. It's,
James.
I get a little bit of spice, and then I get like a baker spice, but then I get like almost like a honey bun, like the icing on a honey bun is kind of what I'm getting. It's really sweet,
Little frosting.
a little frosting there, but the rye spice kind of kicking through. That's what I'm picking up on it.
With as much brown sugar we got on the nose, I'm not getting on the palate as much.
No.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's a different kind of sweetness than the.
Agreed,
Yeah. It
100%.
smelled like you said the burnt. I think Andy said burnt. You said the.
Yeah, he's a burnt.
I thought the palate would translate to that, but no.
This is
I'm
fairly
surprised it doesn't.
Right.
a fairly spicy drink, I would think. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's talking about. The spice.
Yeah.
The spice does hit in the back,
A little
but
bacon spices.
I would expect that for the. I mean, turkey's not considered to be high rye. It's only 13% rye, but you
I
can
feel
taste
like,
it.
I feel like the spice is pretty predominant
Yeah.
on the tasting.
It's not as sweet as I thought it would be based on the nose.
Agreed.
A little bit spicier.
Yeah, the finish is quite spicy. What do you think about that finish, actually?
Let me take another sip there and see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's medium. I don't know that I would say it's like really, really long for me. I wouldn't mind a little longer finish
Okay,
for myself.
that's fair.
I feel like it's a very strong finish, though. It's not like it's not
It
delicate
is.
or
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't fade out. It kind of hits and then just sits there.
Yeah, it just sits there and just
kind of there.
This is very
Slowly
rich. It's very
Yeah,
rich.
It's
though.
very rich.
So think about a lot of your Russell's picks are lighter. This gets more of that turkey funk to it. Some of that
agree.
deeper funk, that muskier, it's just more. If someone likes traditional turkey funk, it's kind of like when we did the Russell's single Rick, we had the F versus the C.
Yeah.
And that C was a lot lighter and sweeter, but the F had that deeper funk and deep. This has that deeper funk to it.
Do you remember which one was the first release of Single Rick? Was it C?
C.
C was okay, and I think I like that better. Interesting. I think
Yeah.
this is me not knowing my palate when it comes to turkey.
No, it's not
can
knowing the
change.
palate.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just where turkeys taste a little different, man.
do.
Yeah,
But the C had more of that sweeter and the flavor ride, the change. The F was that just deeper to it. However, F is F was third place in our preliminary best of 2023. So we'll see how it goes championship round coming up.
Yeah. So on that note, I think in best of 2023, which we're eventually going to have an episode on that, right? We're planning on doing that.
Yeah, championship round's January 5th.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Alves on after that to talk about it and do the big reveal and all that.
Okay.
Which we can still talk about prelim stuff now because we haven't,
Yeah, but what I was going to say is in that best of 2023, there was Pride of Anderson County. I think it may have been this bottle,
this exact same one.
this exact bottle. And another person had contributed to that. We had Generations in there. We had Single Rick, and then do we have any other turkey in there?
No, because the Russell's 13 from this year, the batch 4 and 5, they were just tannic, in my opinion, and not.
I don't think I tried them.
They were not near
I
as
don't
good
have
as
either.
batch 1 and 3.
Okay.
They were better than batch 2, Batch 2 was more tannic. So they're definitely better than Batch 2, but they were not good as batches 1 and 3. Which I think that was the
So
only
how did
ones.
this one fare? Can you? Give
I can tell you if you
I
want.
think it was just under 20, right?
Okay.
No.
Top 20.
This was 29th.
29th.
Okay.
29th.
Yeah, and we did the top 40, but we ended up having one bottle that we found out was not really a real distributor bottle.
Yep.
So the really top 40 changed to top 39.
Okay.
So out of 39, this did finish 29th.
Gotcha.
Gonna have some more.
Good pop.
Boom, boom.
I think everybody's on their second pour here.
Yes.
You already finished my first one.
Great.
So that's the thing. It's still,
I got two.
You got two?
I mean, it's very good for me. I enjoy it for sure. But, 450, 550, 600.
I can't wait till you get to do your first pass try by.
Well, we don't do that on our show, but I will figure that out for yours.
I know, yeah. Well, I think
Is it worth it or not?
I think you've
Yeah.
listened enough. I've
heard a few episodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Yes, the first time I had this, I was down at J-Hub, and
What is J-Hob? No, I'm just joking.
J-Hub is a...
I'll shut up before you come over and smack me.
No,
It's a little Debbie treat.
Little Debbie. Little Debbie's.
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees.
They're a hot item in our house right now.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Snack cakes.
Yep.
But now I was wondering just how it was. So I tasted it; it was good, and but I went ahead and blinded it against one of the best Russell's picks out there. It was the Shark Buddy, which has not been released to the public per se. Some guys bought it, but I did Shark Buddy, Pride Anderson County, and a third one, and this actually won, believe it or not. So it's still very good.
I enjoy it.
Shark Buddy. I love that name of that pick. Who named that? Do we know?
Did it accompany
What was the
like
age on that one,
Sharknado?
do you remember?
The official beverage.
Special beverage of Sharknado.
Sharknado.
Sharknado 1,
man.
2, or 19? Which one?
That's your territory, sir. No, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we just jump into pass try by? Because that's when your individual analyses shine.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think we should go for it. So, gentlemen, would you pass, try, or buy on the Pride of Anderson County straight bourbon?
I'm gonna. Do you want me to lead us off here or no?
Your show. You
Lead
tell
it,
me.
big
All
dog.
right, here we go. Steven, would you like to lead?
No, I'm still thinking.
All right. So here's where I'm at with this. I can honestly say that I do not regret opening this tonight. And the reason why I don't is because I think it's a good occasion that we're sharing it. And I do think it's something special. So in the age that we're living in, and when I say the age we're living in, where we have hyperinflated bourbon prices and a lot of bourbon that doesn't quite have a story, I like the story of this. I like the fact that from what I read, it was selected by Bruce and David Jennings and in consultation with Rare Character and that whole thing that's going on right now. I like the story. I like the presentation of it. I like the taste of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not massively excited about a $550 to $600 price tag, but in the age of super premium, if I have a bottle that I can open and share with people and it's going to mean something to people who like turkey, if I'm a turkey head, I'm a buy. If I'm the regular consumer, I'm probably going to be a try just because there's too much price conscious stuff out there for me to really say that how does this stack against other whiskeys? When I look back at the best of 2023, Kenny's grinning at me over there, so I'm wondering how he's going to come at me here because he's definitely going to say something. I actually didn't rate this poorly. I actually rated it amongst the highest of the entire panel. I think you and I rated it the same. And so I liked it then. I like it now. And so I'm between a try and a buy. I think if you're a turkey person, you really got to have this. You buy it. And if you're not, then you're at least a try with a really strong possibly buy.
I'm smirking and grinning because I literally was going to say the exact same thing.
Oh, I thought you were
Ditto,
mad at me.
ditto.
I thought you were coming at me
funny.
to tell me no.
Okay. So unanimous then?
So from now on, we need to just start writing things down. And then we'll say, no, but dead serious. If you're a turkey head, I would buy 100%. It's the story. It's like I said, it's just this and Single Cask Nation are the only barrel proof single barrel turkeys that they do like that. So I like the whole story behind it. But if you're the just general drinker, I wouldn't pass on it. I would definitely try it at a bar just to say you had it and just see what you think. But at $450 to $550 plus tax for the just general drinker, I don't think it's going to live up to what you want at all.
That's so funny. We're all coming to kind of the same conclusion. I'm going to be
But in saying that, I am a turkey head, so
Right.
I am a buy.
and I'm
for
going
me.
to
So I'm a buy for me, but I'm a try for probably the majority of people out there, maybe.
So going for Kenny and Jason being turkey heads, why the premium price on this is worth it versus something that's less, a turkey that's less?
Well, he hadn't gone past try buy, so we don't know what he's going to say yet. But for me on it, which Anthony was also a buy, right? Is that what you said?
For a turkey head.
For a turkey head.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a turkey head, but I was impressed with this.
I put you down as a try.
So you would be a try.
I'm a try.
You look like a turkey.
Okay.
head.
Turkey.
We'll give you credit.
Yeah. It's just to have a single barrel proof that's something you cannot buy. So, I mean, you literally cannot buy anything else from their whole library of products they make that is like this.
So just for collecting sake.
So to open and drink it, but just to share it with somebody else that's a big turkey guy, right? But if like I said, if I was not a big turkey guy, then I'm a definite try, because I've got several bourbons I would say that are, $80 to $200 that will fare overall as good as this.
So you didn't actually say whether you would pass try or buy yet.
I'm just gonna be a try.
Okay.
It's hard to pass a bourbon to try it, so it's not awful. I like it, but the price is really high. I don't know what I'm not getting that much more out of it.
Okay, so you'd rather have a George T. Stagg at retail? Just being silly.
Well,
Get two.
the thing you got to think
two,
about, you
really?
can't,
4?
that kind of stuff you can't think about
I
retail.
know. I'm just
you're not gonna
messing
get that,
around.
yeah.
I'm just messing around.
But-
I was just having fun with Steven.
I'll give you a good example though. So like today I just binned a really, really, really good Traverse City MGP pick from like 20 bottled. It was bottled in 2017 or 18.
Little banger.
It was 325. And at 325, it's pretty fire.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. For your average person, 500, 550 for this, I would say try, but I wouldn't be a buy. If you're a turkey head, this is definitely a buy for me, but not if you're the average person.
So from my show's perspective, again, Our Cynic Culture. If you've not subscribed or liked on that, just come on.
I love it. There you go.
Plug. But
Hit that subscribe button. Smash it. There you go.
So what we're looking at, we look at value. We talk a lot about this. I know what my co-host would say. In my mind, I want to buy this, but then I look at the try aspect. I think that's where I'm at. But what do you think a reasonable price would this be at a bar? Thinking $60 an ounce? That's kind of where my mind went.
I don't know. I try to think about the retail price of it,
But also how rare it is.
Yeah, how rare it is,
Yeah.
because I know that I'm sure
Single
that,
barrel for this one, right?
Yeah, I'm sure people weren't getting a whole lot of profit on this. I mean, I don't think a lot of profit's built in.
No.
I think they sold it as high as they did because they had
Correct. A little late, but we got there.
Yeah, I'm slow.
I'll still applaud that effort.
There was an ad that popped up. How do you have, like, seriously, it's YouTube and it's cricket noise, and somebody had a freaking ad on it.
I think the Google phone finally caught up.
That's so horrible.
But I'm probably just a try on this one, and I really like it. I really enjoy it. But I go back to what I could get for that price from the Wild Turkey portfolio, even some Dusty stuff. I'm probably leaning that, but I mean it's super interesting. I love the barrel strength aspect of it. The depth is there. I'd love a bottle, but I'm a cheapskate. That $550 I just can't do it.
Yeah.
You want to buy half my bottle?
I got $150 on it.
$150? All right. Maybe we'll make a deal. No. But when you brought that up, Steven, I think it was you that mentioned secondary, right?
Yeah, I was just curious what a bottle like this would go on
I
secondary.
think we may have mentioned earlier. I don't know that
I've seen one pop up.
We've seen one pop up, and what was the guy asking?
Some samples.
Out of this world. No, well, the first guy that popped up, it was
He's
through
asking
the
what,
roof.
$2,000 or something, right?
I mean, it was something crazy.
What were the samples going for?
They were combined with another bottle, like they were just kind of throwing
Okay.
in there. One thing I've seen from the secondary market, and I love it, is that with retail going up, which we don't like, but secondary's kind of meeting it. So secondary's going away, it's coming down a little bit, which makes those harder to get bottles a little more affordable, a little more obtainable.
Right.
I just don't like seeing $600, $550 on this one, because that's probably what secondary would be if this was priced at $300.
Right. And I think what you'll see too more, a lot of people will actually buy samples
sure.
more so than they would otherwise, because they want to try something like this, and the only chance they might get is by buying a sample.
Well, there's sample groups out there like that just do samples.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
I'm just curious because going off that versus a restaurant, what the sample would cost in the group.
So what they'll do is
Mark
just
it
take
up
the
probably a little bit for
they'll
the
take
restaurant.
the value
Absolutely.
and
Just
say
divide it-
$600 value
divide
by
25.
25
Yeah.
and price it up. Maybe add a little shipping cost in there or
Right,
something.
right.
restaurants is, even if it's a $40 bottle of Elijah Craig, if you look at their markup on pours. So I mean, I'm not sure what that'll be at a bar, but I would still try it just for the single barrel proof.
Very unique. Glad you shared it.
Right.
I'm glad to get to try this one.
And do we really quickly, I want to know, this says bottle 56, but do we know how many bottles came out of these barrels?
57.
57? No. Do you know, Kenny? Do you have an idea?
I heard 54.
Yeah, I knew that. I did not ask again today.
I missed it. Sorry.
You see, he heard 54.
Oh, 54.
This is bottle 56.
Oh, it's 56 out of 50. Oh, so it's a fugazi. It's a fake. It's fugazi.
But it was, I'm trying to think, it was low 110s, 120s. And I think the rye might have been high 90s. So the rye was like just under 100, and these are maybe 105 to 110. So it was definitely less than what they were projecting.
Well,
so,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, and if you take that into consideration and the price tag, and you look at what some other bottles sell for at retail and how many bottles are produced, I guess it gives a little more perspective.
like I said, man, if it had purple wax on it
anything,
and said Willet on it,
100%.
it would be 750, 850 minimum.
Yeah.
So.
And if it had a cute name like Mimosa Desk Bottle or something like that, then it would be great.
And with that, thanks for listening to this week's edition. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also, let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.